Okay, so greetings everybody. For today's exercise, we will be drawing the development of a hexagonal based pyramid, a truncated hexagonal based pyramid. And you should know by truncated, it is sliced at a point. So now the first thing that we are going to do is that we are going to draw the hexagonal base. Now, the measurement that is given for this hexagonal based pyramid is the across corners measurement of the hexagonal base. Now, there are multiple ways to do this. So, one of the ways that I'm going to use is one of the methods that we know about in grade 9. I'm going to firstly use my construction line to draw a circle, and the radius of this circle will be 30 millimeters. Since the across corners measurement is 60 millimeters, that's the diameter. When you're using this method, I'm going to now go ahead and draw center lines in this circle. This is what I'm going to do. Select my center line layer. I'm going to select line command. I'm going to put the cursor at the center without clicking, then pull it to one of the sides. Then I can now click here, pull it to the other side. And I have that center line. Let me type region to see. Okay, nothing has changed. Now I'm going to do the same thing to draw the other line. Now once I've done this, I can now project this line or pull it upwards. You'll see why in a bit. Now I am going to draw, using this circle, a hexagon. Now I'm going to select the line command again, and I'm going to use outline this time. I'm changing up the method a bit, and I'm going to ensure that I've selected 30 degrees here. Once I've done this, I'm going to at this point go up, ensure that it's up 60 degrees. Then I'm going to go across, then go down to this point, 60 degrees again. Well, sometimes you'll see 120 or increments of 60. Doesn't matter. So I'll draw my hexagon. Right? After drawing the hexagon, you need to draw the piece in the middle, the truncated portion. You cannot do that as yet until you have drawn the front view. So I'm going to project some lines. But the first thing I'll do is offset this line, or rather draw a line up 20. That is the spacing. Then I can now proceed to draw another line going across. I can now delete this line and pull this line across as well. I like to center the line, so I'm going to click on the line, pull it to the center. You don't have to, but it leaves for less errors some of the times. Using the same construction line, I'm going to pull up the points on the hexagon so that it meets this base line. Now the height of the pyramid is 70 millimeters. So I am going to offset this line 70 millimeters, and after doing that I'm going to select the line command again and connect all the points to that point. Okay, now I have the pyramid laid out. I'm going to also connect the opposite points. So by looking at this, you're looking down on the pyramid and you're looking across on the pyramid. Now the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to draw the portion that is truncated. Now, this line, I'm going to offset it 35 to get the center. If you look at the object, you realize the truncated portion they indicated it's at the center going up. Alright, then I'm going to take my outline and I'm going to select the line command, and from this point I'm going to draw a 30-degree line upwards, and I'm going to extend this line downwards, pulling on it 30 degrees. Now it shows you where the pyramid has been cut. I'm going to proceed to outline the pyramid, and I'm going to outline this portion as well. Alright, so once I've done this, I can now use these points to project downward to show how the cut-off part will look from the plan view. I'm going to select my construction layer once more to pull down the points. The two end points will be pulled down on the center lines, while the two other points will be pulled down to cut both of the construction lines here. So this one and this one. See, the same thing will be done over the other side. Now you have 6 points here. Let me go back to the outline. I'm going to now select the layer here. After selecting the outline layer, I'm going to select the line command. So this point will be connected to this point. As you realize, the line comes down and by it's intersecting with this line. Then bring it here. Then look carefully. Then bring it here. Then bring it here. Then bring it here. Then bring it here. So looking down, this is the portion that you're seeing that has been cut off the pyramid. Now I'm going to now use lines to show the sides of the pyramid, or the edges, or the corners. So we have successfully drawn the plan view and the front view of this pyramid that has been truncated. Alright, now we have to draw the development of this pyramid. So in other words, we're going to draw the pyramid, the sides attached together if the pyramid was pulled apart. Similar in the way a cardboard box, if you pull apart a cardboard box, you'd see how the parts are joined together before it was made or closed. So I'm going to select this line. I can select any one of these lines. I'm going to select this line here. I'm going to copy this line. If you notice, if you have deleted this line by any chance, you can go ahead and redraw it from the top, from the apex to this corner. So I'm going to copy this line. You can leave it as is, or you can rotate it. I like to rotate it. Doesn't matter how much, like this. Just ensure that it's this line. I'm going to select the length of this, 76, but do not draw it. Just copy it. This might not exactly be 76 since it's not showing the decimal places. Alright, so let's continue. This is what we're going to do. We are going to take the arc command, and we're still drawing with our construction lines. Take the arc command. It is asking you to specify the start point. I'm going to instead specify the center. So I'm going to press C, enter, and I'm going to click at this point. Then I'm going to, it's asking me to specify the start point now. I'm going to click, I'm going to pull this around, I'm going to estimate it somewhere around here. I might not need this much, but it's better to estimate more than less. Now basically what is happening, these 6 portions that you're seeing, it's basically I'm pulling the shape apart, so I need space to draw the 6 portions. Now the length of one of the sides of the hexagon is going to be critical. That length is 30 millimeters. So this is what I am going to do. I am going to select the arc command again. I'm going to press C, enter to specify the center. Then it is asking me to specify the start point of the arc. Now you can click at any point, but you have to ensure that the measurement that you're typing in, it doesn't matter if you pull it here or pull it to the left, somewhere to the left. You have to ensure that you type 30 millimeters. Once you press enter, you're swinging the arc. You can click anywhere over this side now. Ensure that you swing it anti-clockwise. So the distance of this arc from this center here is 30 millimeters. There's another way to do this. You can simply draw a circle rather and type 30, but you'll get a full circle, not an arc. Then you can now go ahead, draw a line to this side of the circle and to this side of the circle. Let me draw those closer. Let me delete. And you can trim so that it looks like an arc. This is one way. Now I'm going to do the same thing. You have to do it 6 times. So press C, enter, click, pull down the measurement. I'm going to type 30, enter, swing. We're going to do this again. Arc, C, enter, specify the center, pull down the measurement, type 30, pull across. So this is one more arc. I'm going to do the same thing again. So I have 3. C, enter, remember that. Click the center, type 30, pull. Notice all the times I'm going in an anti-clockwise direction. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. C, enter. Click this point. Start off. What I should have done was I should have selected the radius. So C, enter. Click here and type 30 millimeters. Enter. Swing the arc. Now this is what you're going to do. All of these points, I'm going to connect, zoom in so that you see the X, not this triangle. The X. Pull all these points to the top, or the apex. Alright, so you'll realize that you don't need this portion anymore, so you can trim, but since it's a construction line, you can let it stay. So that you should have 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, as I was saying, you didn't have to rotate this line. In the beginning, it would have looked like something like this. It doesn't matter, really, it doesn't. Let me undo that. The next thing that you will do is you are going to transfer some points here. and the points that you're going to transfer are as follows. All of these points, you're going to bring them here. So this distance is going to be needed. This distance, all these distances are going to be needed. So this is what I'm going to do. So this distance is 26. This distance from this point to the bottom, 33. This distance is 38. This one is 42. This one is 46. You know, there was an easier way to do this. I'm going to, sorry for wasting your time, I'm going to scrap this. So rather than taking that long to transfer the measurements, we have an easier way. So let me delete all these lines. I can bring this in. This is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to select the arc command, press C, enter. Then I'm going to click the arc here. Then down here. So basically what I'm doing, I'm swinging an arc using this as the center from here going around. So once I select the arc command, I'm going to press C, enter. Then I'm going to click the top, then the bottom, then swing the arc going around. I think this is good enough. More than half a way around is good enough. You can delete this if you wish, so it doesn't get in the way. Now this is what I am going to do now. I am going to select the arc command. You know, we have to do this all over again. C, enter, specify the center, pull the arc, type 30, then swing. We have to do this 6 times. C, enter, click, 30, enter, swing. Arc, C, enter, center point, pull up the arc, 30, enter. So we have 3 of them. We have 3 more to go. Click, C, enter, click, 30, enter, swing. Now we have 2 more, I think, to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Click. I did that incorrectly. C, enter. Zoom in to see the X. I'll take that call later. 30. Let me do that again. I think I'm doing something wrong here. C, enter. X, enter. Then type 30 and swing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now all 6 points should be connected to the peak or the apex. Ensure that when you're connecting the points, you're connecting them to the X and not to the triangle. The triangle is the center of the arc and not necessarily the center or the point of intersection. The arcs are random, they have half on one side and half on the other side. So, alright. So once you have this, you are going to swing an arc. Select the arc command. Now before that, sorry. All these points on the top of this cutoff portion will be transferred to the end. So transfer it to the end. So this point, this point, this point, this is already at the end, this point, and this point, which is already at the end. So let me do this back here. Yes. So this is what you're going to do now. Select the arc command, press C, enter, the apex, and we're going to click on this first point to bring it across. It should intersect here. If you're not getting the intersection, just bring it further. You can trim it later. Arc, C, enter. At the top, then click here, like this for example. You can trim that later. Arc, C, enter, top. Let me do that again. That call keeps interrupting the process. Zoom in. Sometimes this thing may be tricky. As you can see by now, every time I'm using the R command, the first thing I do is press C, enter, because all the times I want to specify the center first. There are instances where you would not press C, enter. Now I can go ahead and trim what I don't want. Alright, so now that I have these points, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my outline command, not command, the layer, sorry, and I'm going to click from this point to this point to this point to this point. Let me check to see. To this point, this point, to this point. Alright, once I've done this, watch me carefully. I have to select the line command again, starting here. Each time I'm going up to the next arc. So to this one, then to this one, then to this one, then to this one, then I'm going, I think I did something wrong. The middle one is not at a point, so it should not have been brought up. So you can delete that one. Please do delete that one. Then please realize that the middle point is not supposed to go up. So let me start again. I wasn't looking properly. It's this one to this one to the top. Now I'm going back down to this intersection, and we're back at the lowest arc. Now this point we're going to bring it here, and then we're going to bring all these points that are created here. They are going to be brought down here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. So basically what has happened here, this pyramid, if they are going to make this pyramid, they have to make this, what we call this development of the pyramid. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this portion, I'm going to select it, and I'm going to ensure that I select everything on it. I'm going to select this line as well, and I'm going to copy from here to put it over here. I can now go ahead and delete this portion. Right? This, I need to pull this down further to about here. Now, if you notice, this is only the portion going around. The base and the top piece has not yet been dealt with. So I'm going to take the construction layer. I'm going to pull this upwards 120, the angle. Look on the angle. It's at 60 to the left. Right? Once I've done this, I'm going to, at a random point, I'm going to draw a line that is 30 degrees. It has to be parallel to this. So what you can do, you can just select this line, you can copy it and pull it in this direction. Or you could have just offset it a random distance. So here is good. I'm going to select the line and change and click on new layer, construction layer, or rather the center line layer. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm back at my construction layer. I'm going to pull up some more lines. Right. So this is what I'm going to do. There's a line here. This measurement is 15. This measurement is 12. So I'm going to draw rather a line here. So it's a line over a line. So a line is here if you realize. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to place it here. And then I'm going to draw another line from here to here. Notice one at this point, one at this point, touching the center line. I'm going to copy it as well. I'm going to place it here. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to, since this is at a 30-degree incline, I'm going to now rotate the lines. So I'm going to click rotate. Let me do something first. Let me trim this, this, and this, and this. I'm going to rotate these. To click rotate, click the base point and the rotational angle. I'll just click on this here. The rotational angle is 30. You can type 30 or you can just rotate it. Now once you have that, you're going to go back to your outline, select, and you're going to copy, sorry, not copy, select line. I'm going to connect this point to this point, to this point, to this point. Then I'm going to select these three lines that I've just drawn. Then I'm going to select mirror. I'm going to click the starting point to the end point. Then I'm going to, it is asking me if I should select or erase source object. I'll click no. And there you have it. This is the portion that will go here. Right? So this portion will go here. Now, there's one more piece to be drawn, and I'm going to the base, and this is how you do it. I'm going to take an arc, and I'm going to select center. So see enter. I'm going to put it around right here. It doesn't matter which one of the points you pick. Then I'm going to type 30, swing an arc. I should have used the zero line, the construction line. Let me swing another arc. I'm going to select this point this time. Then I'm going to type 30. About here is good. 30. Oh, hold on. I didn't click C enter first. C enter. 30. Enter. So now we have a center point. Now I'm going to draw a circle at the center point, and I'm going to type 30. Right. So this is what will happen. So if you look carefully, I am going to copy, not copy, I'm going to draw another arc. C enter once more. I did this point. I'm going to see the arc 30. And the same procedure here. You should get the hang of this by now. Arc, C, enter, click on the intersection, 30, enter, swing, and I'm always swinging in an anti-clockwise direction. So the last one. So the final thing to do now is to click on the outline layer and to connect these points. Alright, so if you realize now you have the development, the only thing that is left to be done is to put on some dimensions. Let me pull this closer. Now if you can rotate this properly, you can add this piece over here, but you don't have to. So let me delete or turn off my construction layer. You can pull down this line a bit, doesn't have to be that far. And this is what I'm going to do. I am going to dimension the drawing. So I need to show this measurement. I also need to show, I'm going to click here and here. I need to show that measurement. I also am going to need to turn on my construction lines because I need to show this measurement. We can now go ahead and I'm going to create a new layer. This new layer will be called I cannot come up with a name as yet, so I'm going to call it layer 2. And this layer, I'm going to give it this color. The purpose of this layer is this. I'm going to outline the part of the pyramid that would have been there had it not been cut off. That way when I turn off my construction layer, it will still be there. So that is it. And there's another thing that I need to show. I'm going to use the layer 2 again. It's like another form of construction line, so I can call it construction line 2. I'm going to draw this line so that when I'm looking for the angular dimension, you can now show this. So this is basically what I'm doing. Let me go back to dimension. I'm click on the angular dimension, click on the first line, click on the second line, and it will show you the angle. Alright, so I have some labelings to do. Right? So this is the labelings that I'm going to do. I can go ahead and borrow some labelings from over here. So this is the copy. This is the plan. Copy. This is the front. Copy. I'm going to rename this and call it development. Let me put this here. This is this portion. This is the top. This is actually the true shape of the top. As you know, this is the top, but it's not the true shape because it's at a slant. Looking at it from the plan view, it's slanted. So none of this portion is the true shape. They're all slanted from the front. So this is the true shape, true shape, true shape. Okay, so this is the development of a truncated hexagonal prism. So the topic, I'll call it development. Truncated. Then press enter. Hexagonal. When this happens, just pull down on here. Hexagonal pyramid. Alright, so once you're given this measurement, you don't have to worry about knowing the sides, because you're given those automatically. Alright, let me see if there are any other measurements that I'm not taking into consideration. And I think this is it. So these are the 3 drawings that you should have. Let me copy this over here, and I'm going to put isometric projection here. I'm going to copy this here. You can move this closer. I can even pull all these closer. Doesn't matter how you want to have them. So now these are the 3 drawings. Let me fix this. These are the 3 drawings that you should have. It was fun. See you later.